Hello everyone! Today we'll be learning how to do doubles on flag. So doubles are not really an advanced skill, but definitely not a basic skill. To start out, we want to be flat, right about where our throat meets the rest of our body. Flat are no longer a top hand or a bottom. This hand will be on the tab, or not on the tab, I'm sorry, on the top third. This hand will be in front of the silk, underhand at the first third in the silk. This is very important that it is in front of the silk because we start this toss doing a cone. If it's behind the silk and you do a cone, all of a sudden now your hand is in the silk, and when you go to toss, it will get caught. So make sure in front of the silk, nice and flat, nice and strong. So as I mentioned before, we're going to start by doing a cone, and this one gets different from the singles because our push and our lift are going to be two separate motions. So we start, push. As you train this, you want to start just by coning and pushing into the ground. So you get that motion as a first and separate motion. Then as we go and we get our push down, we're going to push and lift. So very, very separate motions, push and lift. Even I have to reset myself sometimes, and I've been doing color guard for many years. Push. Really get that separation. Push and lift. All together, the toss will look like this. So a lot like our singles, or just like our singles, we're catching top hand at this bottom third, bottom hand at this tab. So there you go. From the back, because this is not a skill that's very easily repeated on both sides, it'll look like this. Of course, the goal is to get it consistent every time. Some common problems we have when we're throwing this toss is no separation, so it ends up very low, very spinny, and we'll like to take your face off. We'd like to keep our faces intact. Another common problem is hooking it. So where you place your hand is where this is going to go. If we throw our toss that way, you can't even see it anymore. It's all the way off screen. Our hand was positioned over here, and that's where it wanted to go. So a good way to make sure it stays right in front of you is just straight up. And this is another way you can self-reflect. If your toss isn't going where you want it to go, hold your position when you release so you can see, is my hand over here? Is my hand over here? Or is it where it needs to be, straight up? So as you do your tosses, you want to make sure you're separating push and lift, and that your hand is going straight up. As usual, we'll do a toss exercise. We'll just do 5 in a row. And here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and out. 3, 5, 7, 8, and out. 3, 5, 7, 8, and out. 3, 5, 7, 8, out. 3, 5, 7, 8, out. 3, 5, 7, 8, out. 3, 5, last one, out. 3. Very nice. So as you notice, mine were not totally consistent. The goal is to be as consistent as possible, and that's why you do multiple in a row, so you can self-correct as you keep going and make sure you're very consistent. A big problem when you catch is called double catching. So if it's under-rotated, you'll get one hand and then two hands. The goal is to get 2 hands right at once. All right, that's it for this one. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. I'll get to you as soon as possible. You got this, guys.